Leaning out the window of William Looney's tavern, I feel like I should have a mug of his Applejack in my hand, but I'm not sure I'm man enough to handle it anyway, so it's just as well I don't. William Looney and his people, no doubt, in addition to raising cattle, well, they lived here in this country. And one of the things characteristic of people who went west was learning to live with the land, to live off the land. And no, there were no medical centers. There were no medical centers in Randolph County, Arkansas. It's unlikely there was even a horse doctor when William Looney came here. Whatever medicines they used came from the land. Ozarkers, especially those of us with a good deal of Indian blood in us, believe that there's something out here on the land that will take care of us, almost regardless of what's wrong with us. On the other side of my family from the Looneys were the Holidays. When I was a youngster, I followed my grandma Holiday around through fields and fence rows in the woods. I carried an axe, a grubbing hoe, a tow sack or two, a draw knife. Followed my grandma around collecting roots and bark and herbs of all kinds, weeds, and which she used to doctor us. When she came to visit us a couple of times a year and stayed for a week or 10 days, and Grandma could come, and she didn't have a stethoscope and she didn't have a blood pressure machine, but she could look at you and tell what was wrong with you. She could tell what had been wrong with you, what was wrong with you now, and what was going to be wrong with you. And she could doctor for all of them at the same time. Right now out here in the woods, today's what, the 5th of April? And here in Randolph County, I noticed the mayapple umbrellas are pretty well filled out. That's a sign that it's about time to go hunt morel mushrooms. But the mayapple root, my grandma used that as a medicine. If she looked at you and said, "You look like you need a good cleaning out," she might go cut a little sliver of mayapple root and make a little tea and have you drink it. And it cleans you out. X-lax, who needs it? Mayapple root will set you free, maybe forever. The inner bark of wild cherry was cold medicine. You know, almost anything from the wild cherry was cold medicine. Well, it's almost getting too late now for the sassafras tea to be at its best, but to thin up your blood after a turgid winter, a few doses of sassafras tea, a big pot of it sat on the back of the stove, and the longer it sat there, the blacker it got and the better it got. Respiratory diseases. Common, ordinary old mullein stalks that grow out here around the edges of the pasture, those fuzzy leafed things, kind of a smudge pot of those things, actually in a kind of a sweat lodge or in a closed room, a bunch of those leaves, mullein leaves, kind of smoldering, and you inhale the smoke. Opens up, it's a respiratory treatment. My grandma harvested digitalis, a heart medicine. Many of these things you can buy nowadays at the pharmacy. They didn't come from the woods, they came from a laboratory. But a chemical analysis of them reveals that many of these things are identical to what Granny gave us.